Welcome back to Cheap Ass Movie Reviews, and now it's time for a haul video. Hey guys, haven't been around for a while. I'm Eric Stafford. Just wanted to come back and do a little cheap ass movie review stuff. Had a little haul going on for the last couple of weekends and just a couple of little things. I know you guys know me from doing some Dollar Tree hauls. I have had some Dollar Tree pickups and not much. My local Dollar Tree doesn't seem to carry them, so I usually have to pick them up when I'm out of town and look around, and not really done a lot of that lately with the new Delta variant. So thanks, Delta. Anyway, thanks for flying Delta. So I had two pickups from my local. We have the Deadheading, which I thought was interesting. I only try to pick up the Blu-rays unless it's like, if it's trash, I still try to pick up the Blu-rays. And so Deadheading is about an airline stewardess, and she's kind of looks like a bit of a murderess, and we'll find out what's going on with that. But this title just like appealed to me infinitely. Voodoo Apocalypse. So looking forward to that. Looks like a lot of fun, and we'll be watching that soon and doing a review on it. Also, picking up this week, had gone to a local pawn shop and picked up a Mill Creek 10 horror movie pack, which has, of course, all your Golden Age classics. Atom Age Vampire, Good Against Evil, The Atomic Brain, Bloodlust, The Brain That Wouldn't Die, which I didn't understand why that's such a classic, but apparently it's such a horrific thing in the 50s, the disembodied head, but, you know, Reanimator, whatever. So that, The Brain Machine, what else we got? Little Shop of Horrors, which, if you can suffer through it, is okay. The Screaming Skull, not so bad. I had a friend that said that terrified him as a child. Nightmare Castle, which I like Barbara Steele, and looking forward to that. And of course, my favorite on the whole list is White Zombie with Bela Lugosi. That by far, if you haven't seen the film, you need to watch it. It's a little slow because it's made in the 30s, but it's very atmospheric. Got some great shots of Bela Lugosi throughout the whole thing. Some cool visual effects, and for the time. And I think that you'll really enjoy it. Of all the older horror movies, it's one of my favorites, so White Zombie. But I picked that up at the pawn shop. At my local dollar bookstore, we have a dollar bookstore here in town, and they sometimes they've got everything. They got books, movies, all kinds of stuff. Here's a couple of pickups that I got there. Their DVDs are $2, so it's comparable. Not bad, but $2 for Don't Breathe. I thought that was pretty good. Looking forward to that. And I'm always picking up the DC films. If you haven't watched any of the DC animated films, everybody talks about the Marvel films, and I'm a big Marvel guy. I'm a lot more Marvel than DC. But animation-wise, you got to kind of give it to them. I mean, the new What If series is looking pretty good, but the DC Universe movies and Batman animated series and all those things that Bruce Timm and all those guys worked on, Paul Dini, and they still are involved some, but Justice League versus the Teen Titans for $2, can't beat it. Usually those are Dollar Tree pickups. But they also had classics of the horror film, and I thought that was pretty cool, and looking forward to looking through that. It goes from The Silence all the way to The Exorcist, which was 75 or 76. So an older book, but you know, these are dollar books. It was $1. But a lot of great photographs, very interesting. Most of them in black and white. I don't really remember there being any color in here at all. It's all black and white shots, but looking cool. They also had Horrors, A History of the Horror Movie, which does have some color shots in it. The funny thing is it has a color shot of Young Frankenstein on the back of it. And there's Klaus Kinski on the front as the Nosferatu. And so History of Horror Movies. It's odd to pick up two. I guess they were putting them out for Halloween. I don't know. Everybody's starting to think Halloween. And the final one, maybe not so much. There's horror involved, but people might not think of this as a horror thing particularly. But the pulps, like pulp magazines, a book about pulp magazines, but actually has some pulp magazine stories in it. And of course, it's got some Robert E. Howard, who created Conan, and it's also got some H.P. Lovecraft, who we all know now from Lovecraft Country. You guys probably know from Hellboy. It usually involves squids, octopuses, Dagon, that kind of stuff. And I'm really getting into H.P. Lovecraft recently. I remember in the 80s, I would go to my local comic shop, and the guy there that owned the comic shop was really big into writing, and he had all the Arkham prints of different books that they were still printing in like 85, 86, and he would have all the H.P. Lovecraft. So I've heard a lot about him, but I'm just recently discovered him myself. So that's how that kind of goes. But it's really kind of interesting, this book, because it does have like the Argosy, which is the one that started H.P. Lovecraft, because he started writing dirty letters to him because he hated their writing so bad. So it's kind of funny in itself. But it's got a lot of great color photos of some of the turn this way. It's got a lot of great color photos of some of the covers. Doesn't mention the shadow as much as I'd like. I'm a big shadow fan. And at one point it does have like more of a pulpy paper, which was the rough kind of paper. But I thought it was a very interesting pickup. But I did appreciate it had Robert E. Howard and H.P. Lovecraft in it. Of course, Edgar Wallace, even Ray Bradbury. So it's got a lot of great guys in it. But the pulps, and I couldn't find this on Amazon, so it's that old. So it's a pretty old book. But anyway, some of the books at the dollar bookstore are a little roughed up. Some of them are a little like, that's got a little bit of a bow to it. It's a little older. It's seen some years, so they're not in the most pristine condition. But that's just some of the things I picked up. But finally, without any further ado, we're talking Lovecraft. I did pick up The Color Out of Space with Nicolas Cage. I have not watched it yet. I heard great things from all the horror guys that are on YouTube about it, and so I'm looking forward to watching this one. And of course, it's done. I think it's exclusive to Shudder. If you've got Shudder, you could probably watch it. I went to go watch it. Didn't have it on any of my systems that I download from or watch on, and I was like, I'll just pick that bad boy up. So I did. If you get on Blu-ray right now, currently it's $5 if you get it in 4K. It's $10. My local did not have the 4K; they had sold out. So I just went ahead and got it for $5. So that's the way that goes. But just wanted to do a quick haul video, say hello, see what's going on, getting ready for Halloween. It's getting that time. It's fall already. It's a little cooler outside. It's been so blistering hot all summer. So getting ready for fall and some movies. Looking forward to Halloween Kills whenever that comes out. And I've watched some things. We're going to have to talk about some of the things I watched, and we'll probably review some of these things that I've got down here today. So I'm Eric Stafford saying I hope you have a great time at the movies, and think about me when you're watching them, because, I want some popcorn too. So think about that. I'm just saying. Okay. Have a great day.